Hey friends, Ash here with Gents. Hope that you're doing well. A little while back I did a video of 10 different fragrances that I would recommend to my friends. Now it's time for the inverse. 10 fragrances I would recommend to my enemies. Yeah, so if somebody that maybe I'm not particularly fond of came up for some reason and asked me for some fragrance advice, maybe I would point them in the direction of picking up one of these beauties. Yeah, it's evil. I'll have all the fragrances I talk about here today linked in the description below in case you want to torture yourself or maybe buy a gift for somebody that doesn't deserve something nicer. Let's say somebody comes up to you and they want something very sweet, something powerful, something that's going to get them noticed, because that's very popular right now. Sweet fragrances with good projection that really are going to be magnetic and draw that positive attention in. Well, I got just the trick for that. Recommend this one. Yeah, Yop Homme. It's powerful, right? Yeah, definitely get you noticed. Sweet, for sure. And to top it all off, it doesn't cost that much money. I don't think you're gonna have to do too much convincing with this one unless they already know that fragrance and how it smells, because it was pretty popular for a while. So what's the deal with Yop Homme? Why would I recommend this to somebody that I don't particularly like? Well, Yop Homme, like I said, it's sweet, it's loud, but it does not smell that nice. Ooh. When somebody says synthetically sweet, they're talking about this. That's what they meant. If you look that up in the dictionary, you're gonna see a picture of this right here. It smells a bit like cough syrup, if cough syrup were weaponized and made to destroy your nose and soul. It is considered by a lot of people a classic though, and even though I'm not a fan, I think I consider it a classic too. But that doesn't mean it smells nice nowadays, and if you go heavy with this stuff, my God, just watch out. You will clear a path wherever you go. People will be parting like the Red Sea. So, Yop Homme. Now, let's say somebody comes up to you and they say, hey man, I've heard about that Creed Aventus. Heard that it's the king of fragrances, very versatile. I want some for myself, but I can't afford it. Can you point me to a cheaper alternative? I know you know fragrances. Then you say, sure bro, I got you. No worries. What you want is this. What is this? Well, that's Dossier's Musky Oak Moss. Maybe you've seen some ads for this one when you've been scrolling through Instagram or something like that. This is the only Aventus clone you need. That's what you tell them. And then you seal the deal with the fact that the cap is magnetic. You got me. Now, there are a lot of Aventus clones out there, and some of them are very, very good for a great price. Some are not so great. What's the deal with Musky Oak Moss? Well, with this one, as I said, it's been advertised a lot, and it doesn't really smell much like Aventus. This is a fragrance where when you smell it, you go, Aventus? I mean, kinda, but not really. Which is almost even reflected in the name, Musky Oak Moss. Yeah, how many people out there over the years have been like, Creed Aventus, what do I get from that? Well, the musk and the oak moss. Yeah, that's what I think of when I think of Aventus. And somebody goes, well, what about the pineapple? Nah, the musk though, yes. The birch, do you get like smokiness in there? Black currant, any of that? Nah, oak moss. Yeah. So like I said, it's just not particularly close to Aventus, and it's also not hyper cheap like some of the other ones that you can find for like $20, $25 at discounters. So point them in this direction. That way when they get it, they'll go, huh. So that's Aventus, that smells like Aventus, that's what all the hype is about? Okay. Now let's say they come up to you and they say, I'm really trying to up my fragrance game. I'm looking to try out an oud fragrance. I don't want it to be too expensive, but I do want it to have a punch. I also want it to be very wearable, something, easy to ease me into oud scents. What can you recommend? Say less. Menthol, oud, cuir d'Arby. Yeah, even pronouncing that correctly, that'll be a doozy. You'll sound like I just sounded. So Menthol is known for oud fragrances. They have a bunch of them, and from discounters, they are not too expensive. That just yanked off my atomizer. But as I was saying, they are not too expensive, and they are known for their oud. So what's up with this one? Well, That's gonna be a surprise for some people. Montal has a wide range of how their oud fragrances come across in terms of scent profile. Some of them are a little scratchy, a little screechy, others have a nice sweetness and are balanced and easier to wear. This one smells like somebody took a crap on your shoe. It is a little funky. It has a poopy diaper smell right off the top, which for the uninitiated is going to be something where they just recoil in horror. I'm looking for an easygoing oud. What is? That's not a fragrance. That's not a fragrance. What is that? Oh God. You're gonna get that reaction, and that's what you want. And then when they say, dude, I wanted something I could wear, you say, what? That's a pretty easygoing oud from Montal. Great quality, low price. I don't understand the problem. Maybe they come to you and they say, I was a big fan of these fragrances back in the day, decades ago. You know, some of the big hitters which are no longer easy to find. And then you say, wait. I know what would be perfect for you. That's right. You remember candies? It was very popular years ago. And nowadays it's crazy expensive, but no worries. They relaunched it. Look at this. A nice new bottle, same name, same font. It's the same, right? And it's really cheap. $25, $30 at discounters, and you can smell just like you used to back in your heyday, in your prime. Think of the nostalgia when you smell this, and they get it, and they spray it on, they're so happy, and they go, that's not the same. What is that? It's like hairspray. That's right, the new candy sucks. Now, of course, you could go with the OG candies. You could find it online and buy it off eBay for whatever it goes for nowadays, like $200 plus. But nobody's gonna wanna do that. And they will get suckered into the name, candies. And they'll remember all the good times they had and they'll buy it and be disappointed. And that's a W for you, because you're evil in this situation. Now, it's not like horrifically awful, but it's not like the original candies. It doesn't smell the same. It's just kind of a cheap, fresh, sweet scent that smells cheap and does have a little hairspray to it. Now, what if they say, yes, cheap is good. Cheap is good, that's what I want. But really good quality, man. I'm looking for high quality, low price. I want you to give me the best bang for my buck. And then you say, how about this? How about this? Because it was facing the wrong way. Encre Noir from Lalique. Now, most people into fragrances would not argue the quality here is high and the price, it is low if you shop at discounters. So what's the issue? Well, the issue is for, again, the uninitiated, going back to what I said before, this is gonna be tough to pull off. Now, to me, this smells amazing. And to a lot of you out there, I know it does as well. Has a really nice vetiver in there, dark, rooty, and mysterious as well. The issue is, when somebody who doesn't know what vetiver can smell like gets this and they get their nose on it, they're going to think to themselves, great, I got myself a paperweight. Fantastic. To me, Encre Noir and Bentley from an Intense, it's like I'm stroking its hair here, are the poster children for high quality fragrances at low prices that average people are going to be afraid to wear. So don't recommend them something like Missoni Wave that they can wear with ease. Recommend them Encre Noir. Now let's pretend that they say, I want something high end, something from Tom Ford, something masculine, something sexy. What can you recommend? Well, this one. Noir Eau de Parfum. Look at it, it's all blacked out, definitely mysterious and sexy, right? Sexy if you think smelling like an old grandma is sexy. Then you crushed it. Once again, like with Encre Noir, I know some of you out there think that this smells amazing and you wear this and you're like, no dude, I get mad compliments wearing Noir Eau de Parfum, trust. The quality's high, no doubt. It's a Tom Ford, right? But when you smell this, if you think in the mind of an average Joe or Jane, Jill, whatever, the powdery floral feel that this one gives off is going to convey old lady vibes. And how do I know that? Well, from experience. I've worn this numerous times and I've been called out more than once as smelling like an old lady when wearing this. So if old lady vibes are your thing, bam, perfection. But if somebody comes to you asking for a masculine high-end Tom Ford and they get this, chaos. Now let's say they come up to you and they say, look, man, I'm just looking for an everyday wear, versatile fragrance. I'm thinking Sauvage, I'm thinking Bleu de Chanel. You say, no, eject that from your mind. I have something better. Also from a big brand, also marketed as a very versatile scent, and just between you and me, way better as far as compliments goes than either of those. And they say, what is it? And you say, H24, of course, the Eau de Toilette. That's the one you want. You don't want the EDP. You don't want that new one. I don't remember what it is, something Herbes Vives. You don't want that. You want this one. And to make matters even better, this is the cheapest of the three. Wow. Then they're gonna get it in and they're gonna go, ooh, that is funky. Now, again, I have to keep prefacing this. I know there are people who love the H to the 2 to the 4, and there are people that will swear by this. They get so many compliments, et cetera, et cetera. I can tell you that this, put up against why Bleu de Chanel Sauvage, is going to lose like 99 times out of 100 in a blind smell test with people. If you had all four and you were like, okay, here, smell this, smell this, smell this. And again, we're talking about normal people, not us fragrance people who are weird. They're gonna go, what is that's weird. It's very sweet, metallic, something. And I have tried to like this. I've worn it, and I just cannot come around to enjoying H24 Eau de Toilette. The Eau de Parfum is better, and the new Herb Vive is better as well, but you could say more interesting, more unique than those blue fragrances that this is, kind of going to battle with. But as far as what people are gonna wanna smell, by and large. Now, perhaps they want to journey into niche and they say, been hearing about that Parfum de Broly, been hearing about it. I'm thinking about getting Leighton. I heard that one's good, or maybe Sedley, I heard that one is nice. You're gonna cut them off and you're gonna say, look, dude, those are overhyped, okay? They just don't have the it factor, all right? They're just not unique enough. You don't want one of those. You're gonna be just anybody with those. Who cares? What you want is cologne. The bottle is beautiful. Look at the red, so nice. Think of how that would look on yourself. And you're gonna tell them, look, this one is very masculine. It's very sexy, a great evening scent, and way more unique than Leighton. That's what you're gonna say. I can taste it. Oh, I ingested some molecules. And they're gonna get it in and think to themselves, why did you do this to me? Why have you cursed me? What have I done that you would hate me so? It's minerally, earthy. The spice here is not very appealing to me. Look, I don't like cologne. I mean, obviously, but I think for me, when you pull every Parfums de Marly fragrance, put them into a hierarchy, right? Basically, you got the really good ones up here, and then you have like the decent ones, you have the average ones, okay? Then you have ones that are not so great down here, and then you have like 10 feet of crap, and then cologne. It's down there. I cannot stand it. I hate the way it smells, and I think for the price point, it's just setting money on fire. But you should recommend it to other people as often as possible if you don't like them. So this is all fine and dandy. What if they come to you and they want something unique, under the radar, something that's going to have them smelling different than everyone else? You say, that's a great idea. Yes, a brand that's not as well known in the US. I got it. This guy, Loewe 7 Plata. This does have a group of people who very much enjoy it. I will not yuck your yum. If you enjoy it, more power to you. It makes my stomach hurt. So this has incense, ginger, mint, and mandarin as some of the notes in the fragrance, which actually sounds not so bad. But when you smell it, there is just something that lingers in your nose. Something that to me just smells off, like something that should not be. When I smell it, It does not smell natural. I know some people will say, oh, no, the ginger here is quite natural. But the way it hits, man, it just sits in my lungs. The opening has a certain level of harshness to it, which is difficult to overcome for me. And so that one I would recommend, and I would wait with bated breath while they try it for the first time. Just like, how do you like it? All right, last up, a fragrance that is inexpensive from discounters. For a time was a little difficult to find, but is currently readily available. So if they were wanting something that is fresh, something spicy from a well-known brand, but they didn't want to spend too much, then hey, check out The Beat by Burberry. Ah, yes, The Beat. Ah, man, I got this fragrance many years ago. And actually at the time I got it, I was pretty excited. I was like, oh, nice, new Burberry, I'm gonna try this out. I'm gonna really enjoy this. And I went, oh, what is this? So glad I bought this. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. When you spray it on, there's pepper in here, there's citron, there are some floral notes. Oh yeah, it's just strange. It's strange, man. There's thyme in here, there's woods, but something about this just does not feel right once again. There's a decent dose of pepper in the opening. It has like just a funkiness to it, like a synthetic, very odd sweetness underneath. What's funny is I saw somebody compare this to salad dressing, and I had not thought about that with this anytime I had smelled it. And then I smelled it recently with that in mind, and I went, oh no, I get that. It's kind of gross, okay? I know some people love this, but this is that scent, that type of scent that you put that up against anything else that people are wearing right now, you're gonna stick out, but not in a good way. You'll be like, oh, what is that? Oh, the new Sauvage Elixir? That smells really good. Oh, what's that? Oh, the new Valentino Uomo Born in Roma Intense. Wow, that is sexy. What is it? You smell like pepper and salad dressing. God, did you dump a bottle of that on yourself? What is wrong with you? You smell awful. Go take a shower. Get out of here. Go home. Yeah. Hey, don't do that. The Beat does not go on. So there we go. Here are 10 fragrances that you can recommend to people you don't like. And I think you'll have great success. Yeah, Now, not all of these smell awful. Just to reiterate that, but Thank you guys for hanging with me. Let me know in the comments, what would you recommend to your enemies? And I'll see you tomorrow. Stay safe out there.